Hey, what is up, my Form 4? We meet again in our weekly class. Not really weekly, okay? It has been twice this week. Okay, I hope the progression is not too fast, okay? Because we are going to enter chapter 6. One of the most important chapter, I would say, in your whole Form 4 biology. Alright? Okay, chapter 6 is called cell division. Alright, cell division. Okay, might not be a very long chapter, but very important. Okay, so many questions has been out of this chapter. Alright, so what is cell division? The cell division is basically how your cell divides, how your cell reproduce. Okay, very simple. So let's jump into it. Cell division has karyogenesis and cytokinesis. I guess this is not important. Okay, not important. Don't focus. Okay, so let's understand what is chromosome. Okay, so this is a nucleus. This is a cell, sorry. The cell inside has nucleus. So when you zoom into nucleus, you can see thread-like substance. Okay, can you imagine a roll of thread? Okay, your mom got do any sewing. That one gulung of thread, that is chromosome. Okay, that is chromosome. So imagine this is your thread. Okay, a whole, how you spell thread? Okay, don't care. Okay, so it's like a whole gulung of it. Okay, and then the thread, when you pull one strand, you pull one strand out. Okay, one strand, that one strand is your DNA. Okay, can you see this is one strand? Okay, so DNA is one piece of thread. When you roll DNA into one big roll of thread, that is your chromosome. How many do you have? You have 46. Okay, I'll talk about this later. So, and then what is gene? What is gene? Okay, just imagine along the line of that thread, you have many sections of colors. Let's say the front section is orange, yellow, red. Okay, not really colored, but simple to let you understand. Let's say the orange part determines your height. That is your height gene. Let's say the yellow part determines your hair texture, whether is it curly or straight. That is your hair texture gene. So you have so many genes in a strand of DNA, and then of course in that roll of thread, which is your chromosome, it has thousands if not millions of genes. Okay, all your settings come from that. Okay, or how are you supposed to look like? How are you supposed to how is the body supposed to function? It all came from there. Okay, so I hope you understand. Okay, so this is basically so this is chromosome. Okay, so let's look at chromosome. Okay, this is chromosome. Okay, chromosome is bind at the center with a thing called centromere. Okay, centromere, center, centromere, center, centromere. So one side, the whole thing is called chromosome. One side is called chromatid. Mentioned here. Okay, chromatid. Okay, chromatid. I hope it makes sense. So since they are next to each other, these two chromatids, we call them sister chromatids. Okay, sister chromatid. Why not brother? Don't ask me. Why is it mother nature, not father nature? Don't ask me. I don't decide the words. Okay, so one side is chromatid, sister chromatid. Two sister chromatid will form a chromosome. I hope it makes sense. Okay, so like here, sister chromatid, sister chromatid. So what is homologous chromosome? We don't talk about this first. This is next week's class. Okay, so I hope it makes sense. Okay, so let's look at organism cells. What is diploid and haploid? What is 2N and N? It will make sense, I swear. Okay, so your dad is 2N. Everyone is 2N. All organisms are 2N. Okay, your mother is 2N. If she gives birth to you, your mom's ovum and your dad's sperm combined together, takkan you get 4N. Okay, you're not a human anymore. It will not turn you into Hulk, okay, or a superhero. Okay, no such thing. So your father instead will give you 1N, your mother will give you 1N, you will become 2N. What does it mean by this 2N? 2N means you have two sets of chromosomes. One set contains 23. For humans, one set contains 23. Okay, so two sets you have 46. That's why I say 46 just now. You have half from your mother, half from your father. That's why you look like both of them. Okay, some way. Okay? Maybe your face, you look like your father, but maybe your body size, you're like your mother. Okay, not exactly 50-50, but somehow you are like them. Okay, less like your grandma, grandpa, or your father side, mother side. Okay, same thing. Okay, so 2n, you are 2n, I'm 2n, we are all diploid, we all have parents. Okay, that's why we are all diploid. Okay, haploid, we will talk about this next week. Okay, this is only in sperm and ovum. Okay, so full size of chromosome, what contains diploid? All your somatic cell. What is somatic cell? Somatic cell means body cell besides your reproductive cell. Okay, except reproductive cell. Like I mentioned just now there, this one. This is N, haploid, sperm and ovum. The rest, all cells, muscle cell, skin cell, nerve cell, whatever, they are all diploid. Two sets. Okay, two sets. Papa and mama. Okay, so one set originate from male parent, okay, your papa. One set from female, your mama. Okay, and then what is homologous chromosome? Not your concern. Okay, not yet. Not yet. You understand this next week, I swear. Okay, so you have 46. Okay, you have 46. Okay, not one more, not one less. Okay, if you have one more, most likely you have Down syndrome. Okay, you wouldn't be in this class anyway. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so that's the meaning of diploid. Okay, you can write diploid in exam or you can write 2n. In my case, I write both. Okay, next, let's look at cell cycle. Okay, how do your cells divide? This video is gonna get a bit long. Again, this is just precaution. I might split this into two. I don't know. Okay, so your cell cycle is divided into two phase. Okay, two phase. What does it mean by phase? Phase means fasa, peringkat. What phase and what phase? Okay, it is interphase and M phase. Okay, what does it mean? So, this is our concern. This M phase is our concern. Okay, M phase is our concern. Okay, because this subchapter is called mitosis. Okay, mitosis. Okay, so I'll talk about this later. Okay, so interphase is basically the preparation. Okay, preparation. Not so important here. Not so important. Not very common. You only need to know the few phases inside and what they do. Okay, let's look at interphase first. Okay, interphase is preparing for division. Preparing for the cell to become two. Preparing. So your interphase has three, which is G1, S, and G2. Okay, not your focus, don't focus on this, you just need to know this. Okay, GSG. So what happens in growth phase 1? Okay, everything will grow, synthesize means make. Okay, what is chromatin? I'll talk about this later. Okay, now my cell needs to split into two. So all organelles, I need to photostat one more. Make sense? Takkan I split like this, my ER all becomes half, ribosome becomes half, Golgi becomes half. That will not make any sense. So of course I need to synthesize another one. I need to make a copy of it. Okay, so now I still don't call it chromosome. I call it chromatin. Okay, why do we call it chromatin? Because it is still invisible. Okay, if you look into a cell, if it's not doing mitosis, if it's not dividing, you cannot see the chromosome. Okay, because it's called chromatin. Okay, before it's called chromosome, it's called chromatin. You cannot see it yet. Okay, so I say it cannot be seen under light microscope. Okay, so what happens to S phase? Okay, S phase is synthesize phase. Okay, your chromosome will split into two. Okay, just now your chromosome looks like this. Okay, it looks like a pickle. Okay, and then it will split into like that. Okay, it becomes sister chromatid, like I said just now. Okay, again, this is not very important. Okay, it doesn't hurt if you don't know this. Maybe they'll ask this in objective question 1 question. Okay, or subjective the front question. Not so important. Okay, so G2 again, this is even not less important, so no one cares. So G1 S G2. Okay, and then after interphase is done, remember just now interphase, the preparation is done, we move into M phase. This is mitosis. This is our concern today. Mitosis. Okay, mitosis. All your body cells will do mitosis beside reproductive cell, like I said just now. Okay, two set. Your cell is 2n, you will photostat another 2n cell out. Okay, so basically you are making cells. Cells are making cells. Okay, so this is mitosis. Mitosis is the division of cell. Okay, so like it's mentioned here, so happens in somatic cell, body cell, plant cell. Okay, all 2n cells beside your sperm and your ovum. Okay, so let's look at before we move into it, let's look at what is the importance of mitosis. Okay, number 1, to replace dead cell. Okay, of course, very important. Let's say you scratch your cell, 3 cells died here, it will grow back another 3. Why not grow back 6 or 7 or 100? That is what we call cancer cell. If mitosis cannot stop, that is cancer cell. Cancer cell will keep doing mitosis until it occupies everything until you die. That's why cancer can kill you. Okay, so it only replaces dead cell. Number 2, it is for repair. Okay, you can put these two in one point, repair or replace dead cell. Okay, also this is not for us, this is for asexual reproduction. Okay, for binary fission like amoeba, okay, paramecium and so on. Okay, so there are 2 functions here. Okay, what else? Growth. Okay, growth. You are doing more mitosis than me because you are growing. Okay, so your bones will do mitosis, that's why you grow tall. Okay, and here's the fun fact, you only do mitosis when you are sleeping. Okay, so if you don't sleep, you don't grow tall. Okay, so don't blame your parents. If they are tall, you are not tall, you're doing something wrong. All right, and drink more milk. Okay, so maintain number of chromosome, very important. 2n, you become 2n. 46, you become 46. Takkan a photoset new cell, the cell will have 47. Okay, that is a wrong copy of it. Your body won't do this. Okay, I need to keep the number 46. Okay, so what is all this tissue culture, this cloning stuff? This is mostly in our application later on. Okay, so the most important, I would say, are these 3. Okay, normally 3 will be enough. They will normally don't ask more than 3. Okay, so yeah, the video is already 11 minutes, so I will split it into 2, which is exercise and notes. Okay, so let's look into mitosis. Okay, it's gonna be very long. Okay, take a break, pause the video if you need to. Okay, so mitosis is divided just now. Remember, interphase has 3, G1, S, G2. Mitosis has 4. Okay, P, M, A, T. Many ways to remember this. You want to remember Pro Max. I remember pasar malam ada telephone. Yeah, that's just how my brain works. Okay, so pasar malam ada telephone. What are the PMAT stands for? Prophase, Metaphase, Anaphase, and Telophase. Okay, again, Prophase, Metaphase, Anaphase, and Telophase. Okay, most people won't have problems remembering the name. Okay, what happens here is our concern. Okay, so here, before you proceed, I need you to download the exercise and print it because I want you to draw. Okay, don't follow the diagram here, it will be very confusing. Okay, I'll teach you how to draw. Okay, so let's change the exercise. Okay, what happens in prophase? Okay, please draw a dotted line here. Okay, and then draw something like this. Okay, you might draw 3 or draw 4, up to you. I will draw 2. Okay, so that's all. Okay, you don't need to be so complicated like the book. Okay, because of course this is the book, of course it's full of information. Okay, what happens here? Just now, do you remember during interphase, the preparation phase, we call it chromatin because we cannot see it. Okay, when you can see it, when you can see chromatin, it's not called chromatin anymore, it's called chromosome. Okay, so if it's called chromosome, it is visible under light microscope. When you see it, okay, how does it look like? You can go Google image. Basically, it looks like this. It's like a bunch of hair in the middle of the nucleus. It looks like this. Okay, like a bunch of hairy stuff moving there. Okay, so this is prophase. So very important. Okay, this is one of the point. Chromosome visible under light microscope. This is my first point. Okay, if they ask you what happens in prophase. So sister chromatic joint and centromere, not important. Okay, nucleus disappear, not important. Nuclear membrane disintegrate. Okay, that's why I asked you to draw the dotted line just now. Okay, the dotted line, because this is the nucleus. The nucleus membrane will disintegrate because they need to start dividing already. So the nuclear membrane needs to disappear. Okay, and then centriole moves to opposite pole. Okay, I will talk about this later. Okay, so there are 2 important points here. Chromosome becomes visible, and then nuclear membrane disintegrate. Okay, let's look at the next phase, metaphase. Oh, this is the most common phase. All questions they'll ask about this. Okay, So all your chromosomes now do this. Okay, they do this. If you draw 4 lah, okay, just now, so we might draw 4. Okay, and then you can see something like this. Okay, I'll draw dotted line, dotted line, dotted line. Okay, I'm sure in chapter 2 you have asked me this. Sir, what is centriole? There, it makes sense here. What is centriole? Centriole will form something like a rope, something like a string. This string is what we call spindle fiber. Okay, spindle fiber. Let's go back to this. So can you see the centriole here? It forms the spindle fiber. Spindle fiber is like the string, like I said. And then all these chromosomes, they are aligned at the middle. There's a name for this line. Do you remember what your Earth, the middle line called? Okay, the Katulistiwa. We are on it. That's why we are so hot. We call it equator. Huh? Sir, same name? Yes, same name. So what happens here? Let's look at the point. Okay, number 1, chromosome aligned at equator. That's the first point. Okay, I only highlight the important point you need to write. I'm getting straight to the point. Okay, so what else? Spindle fiber attached to centromere. Okay, so just now, where's the centriole? You can use it in the prophase lah. Okay, centriole forms spindle fiber. Okay, not so important here. Okay, so the main point is this. Chromosome aligned at equator. I lost count of how many times is this thing asked in exam. Okay, aligned at equator. Equator is your keyword. If you don't write equator, means you are wrong. Okay, so that's your metaphase. Some book they say metaphase plate instead of equator. Doesn't matter. You can write both if you're really kiasu. Okay, no need. Equator will do. Okay, next, let's look at anaphase. Okay, do you remember the string just now? The spindle fiber? They will start to pull them apart. Okay, so during this phase, it looks like this. Okay, I don't draw dotted line. Okay, I'm too lazy. Okay, so you'll see something like this. Can you see? The sister chromatids, okay, do you remember they are called sister chromatids? They are now pulled apart. Okay, they're pulled apart. Pull. Okay, that's why I need to photostat my chromatid. My chromatid is like this just now. That's why I photostat one more so that I can pull 1. I photostat 2. Poop, new cell, 1, 1. If 1 I split, I become half. That will not make sense. Okay, so sister chromatid. Okay, separate. Okay, let's look at the point. So number 1. Okay, sister chromatid separate. Okay, this is my point. Pull towards opposite pole. You can say this. Okay. This is even the second point. Okay, contraction of spindle fiber. Okay, the spindle fiber contracts. Okay, pull them apart. Okay, like you see, metaphase is the important one because anaphase and telophase not much to talk about already. So let's look at telophase. What happens at telophase? They already reach opposite pole. Okay, they already reach opposite pole. So now I have new nucleus already. I will form new nucleus membrane. Okay, so let's look at the point. Okay, so when chromatid reach opposite pole, this is the first point. Okay, they are called daughter chromosome. Okay, because the cells we call daughter cell. Why not son? Again, what is it? Mother nature. What is it? Sister chromatid. Biology we focus on the girls. Okay, the names lah. Okay, so each pole contain one set of chromosomes. Okay, not important. Okay, and then chromosome reach opposite. Okay, reach opposite pole. Like this, cannot be seen. Okay, they will change it back into chromatin. Okay, because the job is done. I don't need to divide anymore, so I will stop. Okay, so nuclear membrane reforms. Okay, so this is like my second point. Okay, that's all. Okay, so that's all. And then I will do something called cytokinesis. Okay, what is cytokinesis? Okay, just now, can you see now I got 2 nucleus already? But my cell is still 1. Now I successfully divide the yolk. I need to divide the white, the egg white. So the dividing the egg white is called cytokinesis. Okay, please don't confuse. Mitosis is nuclear division. I'm dividing my nucleus. But cytokinesis is cell division. Okay, one I'm dividing the nucleus. okay, the yolk, the one I'm dividing the whole cell. So cytokinesis is a very simple process, okay, they will split into two. Okay, what is microfilament? This is not important. Okay, so they'll form something called a cleavage furrow. This is very important. So what is cleavage? Okay, like this is a very funny word. Okay, cleavage. Okay, cleavage. Okay, if you have very big breast, that's the cleavage. Okay, you can even find it in your butt. Okay, between your butt cheeks, that's what I call a cleavage. Okay, funny word. Okay, so a cleavage furrow. So you form a cleavage, okay, a cleavage, and then poop, you get two cells. Okay, plants, they don't do cleavage furrow. Okay, they will form something called a cell plate. Okay, so this cell plate will form, and then they will join together, poop, and then new cells. Why? Because plant has one more thing called cell wall. That's why they need to form the cell plate. Okay, we don't have, we just cleavage, poop, that's all. Okay, you go your way, I go my way. Okay, so these I'll leave it up to you to read. Okay, not much here. They won't ask much about cytokinesis. Okay, so where do you do mitosis? Okay, like I said just now. Okay, embryo. Okay, embryo. You start from one zygote. How many cells do you have now? You have trillions of it. It's all because of mitosis. Okay, tons and tons of mitosis, years and years of mitosis. Okay, in fact, you are having puberty now. The mitosis can go on for 5-6 years. Okay, so take your chance to grow tall. Please sleep enough, exercise more, and eat healthily. Okay, so growth of organisms, same thing. Okay, in plants, okay, in us, all somatic cell will do mitosis, but in plants, only two parts, like I said just now, the shoot tip and the plant, the root tip. Okay, like I said, the bonsai, you want to make the plant short, you just cut the tip, then they won't grow anymore. Okay, so tissue healing. Okay, this is like I said, when you cut yourself, it grows back, mitosis. Okay, so regeneration, this is for chicha and all. Okay, we don't do this. Okay, so asexual reproduction, this cloning, I'll talk about this next week. Okay, I'll talk about these things. This video is getting too long. Okay, sorry for being so long-winded. Okay, so what the hell is this? Oh, cultured meat. Okay, so stem cell therapy. Oh, very interesting stuff. Okay, I will talk about this next week. Okay, so exercise video will be coming soon. Okay, but please watch this a few more times first. Okay, please draw it yourself. Okay, please draw it yourself. Nothing too, like I said, nothing too difficult about this chapter. Okay, each phase there's only like what, 2 points. Okay, but very important nonetheless. Okay, so like I said, please don't focus too much on the interphase. Focus more on the M phase, which is the mitosis phase. Okay, you can do this yourself. I'll talk about this in the next video. Okay, sorry for being so long-winded. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, I hope this is beneficial. Okay, I hope you learned a thing or two. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.